Hey folks, Jax with ya, and this time we're doing Ghost of a Chance, which is one of the two options at the end of the Tosh storyline. It's a dungeon crawler, and as such, it's pretty easy. It's a case of saving and reloading. Now, Nova's got two main abilities. She's got a snipe ability, which does insane damage at quite a range, pretty much just like a normal ghost snipe. And she's got a dominate ability, which lets her take control of units. Now, this mission largely revolves around dominating enemy units and using them to do a lot of damage. Basically, they're free units that you can't get access to any other way. So you take control of them and you do what you can with them. And the mission, while taking a while, being very cautious, is pretty simple, as you'll see. Also, obviously, because Nova's perma-cloaked, you want her to do as much damage as possible. You don't want to risk your non-cloaked guys. You've got medics in the first part as well. The stage just splits into three sections. In the first one, you've got medics, so feel free to let Nova take a bit of damage and take advantage of those medics, as you just saw there. Now here, where you're learning about Dominate, you see a tank, which is one of the juicier targets for Dominate. And so you sneak your way past the Raven and you take the tank. You can move any amount of distance while dominating something. Don't need to stay close to it. It's not quite like Neural Parasite, which is pretty handy. So you can use Nova to cover the tank. You can use the tank to cover Nova. As you see here, I've put the tank there. I'm about to gain sight of the Spectre, and then the tank goes and kills it. First section of the stage is rather easy. It's pretty much just introducing you to the mechanics of the stage. Got a couple battle cruisers here, you just dominate them and then run out and let them die, and then you go in and you kill the objective. See, obviously, it could have been a bit quicker if I made more use of the infantry, but better safe than sorry. The first part, you take the Raven, because there's no other detection, and auto turret's pretty good, and you can use the Raven and Nova to take care of everything. Then you get your guys, and you get your tanks, and then you can take advantage of sight to get the tanks to kill the first turret. And then the tanks actually have enough range to kill the next tank. And then you can use a Raven to put down an auto turret and take care of the gate control. Use the tanks to take care of the bunker, and Nova to take care of the troops once they come out. The second area is a lot like the first, just take advantage of dominated guys to do a lot of damage. In this one, you want to use your air units to gain a lot of sight, but that's pretty much the only difference, getting air and gaining sight for your tanks to do damage. So I'm trying to make some use out of this Raven before I ditch it for something else. So I've gone and killed that Spectre with it, and I think I just fly into traffic. Anyway, we siege up our tanks and kill stuff, and I go forward and experiment with Nova and run away from the nuke. Using our Raven to get sight, and then our tanks to destroy. Doing the same thing. Raven laser turret, tanks siege up, and use the Raven's sight to kill the turret that's giving detection. Okay, so Nova's moving on up, and she's getting ready to steal the nuke. The nukes are useful in this mission. I could probably make more use of them, but I prefer to save them for the end just to get an easy victory after all the hard work. This last bit might seem a bit tricky, but it comes down to just dominating stuff and then sniping other stuff. So with that in mind, you want to dominate mech units and snipe non-mech units. And then we kill the objective, and then it's time for part 3. You're given a lot of air units in part 3. I rarely use them. I think I mostly use them just for a bit of sight. Almost follows exactly the same as part 2. You want to be dominating stuff. If you need to use air units for sight, but yeah, just going through it. So I've still got the nuke from last time, which makes the enemy a little bit easier. And then I'll be getting another nuke in this section, which makes it absolute ridiculous. I don't know if I even use both of them. Now with this bit, I'm just pussyfooting a bit, just trying to kill those guys without taking too much damage. I'm sending my Goliath in to do some damage. Taking the Raven, getting it to do a bit. We take a Viking and get it to do a bit. When you free the Ultralisk, it attacks the enemies, which is yet another unit that you can gain use out of. Pretty sure I just leave that Raven up there just in case I need it, but I don't recall going back for it. You know, I sent my Viking forward to try and do a bit of damage, but I don't think it does. So I get the Thor instead, which does do a lot of damage. Get the Thor to kill the Spectre, I think. And then I nuke the crap out of stuff. There you go, slow and steady, but pretty easy. I'll catch you guys next time.